We're here with the Missouri Western Griffons. We're speaking with Coach Marion and Sam Duncan and Tiana Butler. Coach, I'll give it to you first, just for an opening statement.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to give a lot of credit to Northwest. They came out firing, had a really good offensive night, especially in that first set that I think kind of caught us off guard a little bit. I think we felt like we had some matchups that we wanted, and it just didn't translate into points for us. Our offense was a little slow to get started, and kind of gave them momentum that they really just never surrendered, at least not through the first, 1.5 sets or so. I thought we fought back nicely in the second half of the second set, and then definitely in the third, and just came up a little bit short. But I was incredibly proud of the way that my girls fought, that they never gave up, played together. We had some players come off the bench and make contributions. We had starters get hot at the end who had been, maybe slow through the first 2 sets. So I've said it all year to my team. They have incredible fight. They have incredible heart for each other, for the game, for playing hard and doing all of this together. And I think that, we showed that tonight in the third set, and that's what I'm really proud of.
Coach, what was the difference tonight between the last 2 games you guys played against them?
I thought the last 2 games we played against them were well-fought matches. We just came out on top of some sets that were close, and tonight we didn't, pull those out. The third set we had set point, and in the last couple of matches we've pulled that out. We've come out on top and sent it to extra, to more sets, and tonight we just didn't, and so that results in the sweep. But through the whole series this year, there have been stretches where both teams have played really great or struggled, and so for the first set was just a set for us to really struggle and them to kind of surge ahead, and then we didn't have that comeback set that we had in the first 2 matchups, but I thought the third easily could have gone our way, and it just didn't.
Tiana and Sam, this is both for you. What is it like playing, each set, each play, knowing it might be your last dig or your last kill?
I think it's super energizing. We're coming out, we're pumped, ready for today. Couldn't be more ecstatic that it was against the Bearcats, honestly. We just wanted to give it our all, knowing it could be our last, so we're super excited.
Yeah, I kind of just had a sense of urgency and a sense of no regrets and wanting to go out there knowing that I did everything I can to help my team today, and that I'm going to walk away from this game win or lose knowing that I did everything I could.
Coach, you have 3 all-conference seniors. Talk about what they've meant to you, meant to your program, meant to this year.
I talked about them a good amount on our senior night, but we have 2 seniors that have been with us for 4 years, and then 2 transfers that have been with us for 2 and 3 years respectively. But as a group, they bring so much. They've shown so much. Our 2 freshman to senior 4-year kids have shown so much growth in their leadership, and Tiana and Lauren were 2 of the quietest freshmen I've ever had. And then now they're both leaders on our team. Lauren breaks us out of every huddle, and T's our starting libero. And then our 2 transfers, Sam being one of them, and then Marissa Riccio being the other, have brought so much energy and life, and they're such just fun people to be around, and so likable, and they love the game, and they're great teammates, and they just have brought so much joy and made the game so much more fun for all of us. And so all 4 of them, kind of as a group, have brought so much that will be really hard to replace.
Sam, you were, Coach talked about surging in the second set, and you were back on the service line for that. Talk about what was the difference in your team at that point in time that let you guys go on a run like that?
So if you've watched me all season, serving is one of those things that I've struggled with. I hate to serve. I go back there, I'm like, just get it in. And Anthony, one of our GAs, he's like, Sam, you have 5 other girls back there that can back you up, so just get the ball and play. And so that's kind of my mentality when I go in, like, you know, I got 5 girls that have my back when I go in. And so when we got that block, I think it was, or no, maybe I got the ace. I don't know. That first point, I was like, okay, I'm good now. I got it. And I kind of gained my confidence back. And then the other team called the timeout, and my teammates are hyping up on me, loving on me. And so then just that love and that comfort gives me the confidence to go back there and keep ripping at them.
It's kind of, you paced them with 18 digs tonight. You guys fought really hard, obviously a lot of rallies in that game. Just talk about the feeling that you had on the court and the feeling with your team and why you fight so hard to get those digs.
Yeah, our team has worked extremely hard in practice. Starters and non-starters, they are behind our whole system. And so having Northwest push us is just like having our non-starters push us. And so I think that fuels it all back there. Like, we get that same feeling that we get in practice when we play our own teammates against Northwest. And so I feel like that really brings us together when we have that feeling, when we feel it every day throughout the week. It helps us.
And you, as seniors, you've all been to conference tournament before, obviously, and consecutively in the last few years. What is it like playing at a venue like this, in a setting like this for your program?
I think when we first got here and we showed in the first set, we were a little bit shocked, and like the lights and all the people and everything. And I think that had to do with our slow start in the first set. We were just kind of like culture shock, like, this isn't Missouri Western Gym, this isn't Northwest Gym. But then as we settled in, we were kind of like a lot more in our groove and like showed how our team knows how to play. But I think it's just awesome. I love that we're at a neutral venue, especially having to go to Kearney the last couple of years. That's been brutal, just with the drive, and Kearney's really confident on their home court. So it's super awesome to be able to play at a neutral site and one that's less than an hour away from us.
Yeah. And Coach, I know you're losing a good crop of seniors. You do have 2 all-conference freshmen that play on your court. What does the future look like for Griffon volleyball?
I mean, we're really encouraged, I think, if you look at our young players tonight, but also throughout the whole year. I mean, they just show up to play. They're so confident. They're talented, of course. They've got good height, you know, and that's at all different positions. I mean, really the only position that class doesn't have is a setter. We have, you know, defensive players that have made contributions. We have, you know, several offensive players, you know, and ones that have come on late in the season that maybe didn't get the all-conference honors because they hadn't played much, but late in the season were huge contributors. Carly Tharp being one of them. You know, Catherine White came off the bench in several matches for us late in the season and contributed. And so we have a lot of confidence in all of our young players. Obviously, we're returning, you know, Allie Tauken as well, who's a big part of our offense. And so, yeah, we have a lot of really nice pieces coming back that we're really excited about. But the biggest thing about that is that we've had a group of seniors that have led the way, that have shown them what it takes to really win in this league, that, you know, they do the extras, they stay over the summer, they come back all the time, and work to get those workouts in as a team. And they're great chemistry leaders. And so the biggest thing for this group of freshmen was having a group of seniors that showed them the way. And so, yeah, I think it's really promising for our program.
Speaking on the freshmen, I did see that number 16, Danielle, I'm pretty sure got called out by name by the referee to make sure she didn't get too excited and go on the court. So.
She did, yeah, that was a first. Literally, hey, number 16, you go back. You know,
guys have great team chemistry.
Yeah, they're just so excited, and I love it when the bench celebrates louder sometimes than the court, because it just shows the players on the court that people have their back. That, you know, Allie Tauken, for example, is when you watch her play, she celebrates louder when somebody else on her team gets a kill. We have this like joking celebration. It's like the Allie Tauken where she jumps up and down like in your face when you get a kill, not when she does. And so that's just kind of the mindset that we want all our players to have, that we want you to be as excited or more excited when the teammate next to you does something great than you are for yourself. And I think that this group of seniors and our freshmen are catching on. And actually, the funny thing about that is that Danielle was one early on. We had to tell her that. We had to say, hey, sometimes you celebrate only when you do something good. And so it's really awesome to see that come full circle. And now here we are in the conference tournament, and she's getting told, hey, your celebration's too much for your teammate. Get back. So that was kind of a nice touch.
We obviously don't know what the future holds, with the choose committee and everything,
Mhm.
but you guys had a great career at Missouri Western and really took the program to a different level. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Could you both describe your times with Griffons?
Yeah, so I was one of the quiet freshmen coming in. I was super, in the locker room whenever we had, any group discussions. I was always tucked back in my locker, don't call on me, don't call on me.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, look down. But it's really brought me out of my shell a ton. I communicate a lot more. Some people are like, wow, this is the loudest we've ever heard you be. So it really encourages me to get out of my shell more. And in the gym, I've really pushed to new limits. I was recruited as an outside hitter and then started defense. I got switched over. And so starting that new position was a good experience for me. And I feel like I learned a lot throughout my 4 years at Missouri Western. And this year playing libero has been a true experience, and I couldn't be more proud and happy that Coach gave me this opportunity. And it took a lot of hard work, so yeah.
We might start a beach program just so Tiana can play this spring.
I know.
We're going to need a new course.
Please.
Actually, these two make pretty good partners on the
In
sand.
Hawaii. Yep.
So I transferred here my sophomore year from Palm Beach Atlantic University. I came in just kind of as a role player. I was actually bench captain, so I led all the cheers, hyped everybody up, and honestly, I loved that. That's almost better than playing on the court for me. Then moving on to my junior year and stuff, I was kind of more a role player, but going into my senior year, I knew I wanted to be a starter and just kind of someone that the other freshmen could look up to and not mimic, but just know that I was always going to be consistent and be there for them. And so I feel like I've done a good job of leading those younger girls, and I hope that going on into futures they can do the same for other outside hitters and just kind of be that good leader that freshmen need. So when I first transferred here from Florida, it was kind of oh my gosh, why am I here? I hate this place. But I love it here, and I've made so many good memories, so many great friends, and I'm just so thankful that I got the opportunity to still play volleyball, and my family gets to come watch me all the time. So it's been a really great 3 years.
By hate this place, she means that there's no beach.
Correct.
And there's not enough sunshine.
Yep. She goes into depression in the winter. I promise you. She just don't talk to me.
Not
in
about
her room.
Missouri Western. Hate
Yeah, I know.
Missouri.
The weather.
The Midwest.
Yep. Sad.
Well, at least beaches, you just got fun.
Yeah. In the summer, she's the tannest person on the team. I promise you. Always outside.